If Clash Royale cards had to go up against Prime Mike Tyson in a boxing match, would they win or would they lose? My name is Will the Reaper, and that's what I will be determining in today's video. This idea was brought to us by Nicholas Gold I9R, so if you are watching this, please leave a comment down below so I can pin you and give you a shout out for today's video. Let's get right down to it. Obviously, any cards that don't have arms or hands and can't physically throw a punch are excluded, and cards that have weapons like shotguns, no. It's literally all they have are just their fists with the boxing gloves on them in a boxing ring going against Prime Mike Tyson. So, good luck to them. First one, we have skeletons. So, it'll be 3 skeletons going up against Mike Tyson. Realistically, their punches would not do anything to Mike Tyson, right? But to actually knock out the skeletons, because they don't really feel pain, Mike Tyson would have to punch very, very hard to break their ribs and their feet and their hands, right? Because that's where like your most brittle bones are. I think Mike Tyson might have a very good chance of knocking all 3 of them out, but because he would have to break through solid bone and have to do it 2 more times after he knocks out the first skeleton, I think it'd realistically go to the final round. Yeah, because think about it, he would just have to keep punching and punching and punching. So it'd be going to the final round. So I don't think anyone's getting definitively knocked out. Bomber's getting knocked out, right? When you have 3 skeletons, it's going to be a bit difficult. But if it's literally just 1 skeleton, Mike Tyson would probably just go crazy. He'd probably just break the rib cage, right? And then start breaking like the shoulder bone or something like that. Or technically, I guess if you break the rib cage, the skeleton can't stand up. It'd like fall over and that'd be a knockout. So yeah, since it's just 1 skeleton, be over. Knight's getting knocked out. Knight is a strong guy, right? But he's not that fast. And yeah, he's going up against Mike Tyson, and he doesn't have any armor. Getting knocked out. Goblins. So there's 4 goblins, each with boxing gloves. Realistically speaking, right? Because now that they're like flesh, right? They're not like skeletons. They actually feel pain, right? So probably 1 uppercut from Mike Tyson is enough to knock out a single goblin. Realistically, I'm saying that Mike Tyson is knocking all these guys out. Yeah, there's no way. Think about it. You're going up against like the biggest, most dominant boxer ever, right? Muhammad Ali had the speed, but Mike Tyson had the strength, right? Just literally 1 punch would probably kill a goblin. Not even knock it out, just straight up kill him. And he's fast, so he's just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Spear goblins, there's 1 less goblin, and I think they're weaker, right? They don't have a lot of melee combat. They're getting destroyed. Archers are getting obliterated. Yeah. Minions are getting obliterated. They look like they kind of have muscle, right? And the fact that they could fly might be a little bit scary, but all Mike Tyson has to do is literally just punch one in the face, and then they're getting shot down immediately. Now, barbarians are strong, right? You have 5 strong barbarians, right? They could definitely take a few hits. Realistically, I think with Mike Tyson being so fast and so strong, and the barbarians just kind of being like meatheads, I think they would actually get knocked out. I'm not even joking. Think about it, like, you've been training with the sword your entire life. You are very strong. But you're going up against somebody that has practiced breaking your jaw and knocking you out in 3 seconds. Like, with no boxing experience and only sword fighting, you're getting destroyed. Maybe have a little bit of dexterity, but the barbarians don't have dexterity. Now, minion horde, 6 minions is better than 3, but again, just getting punched once in the face, and that's it. Musketeers getting destroyed. Valkyries getting destroyed. I think Hog Rider, I know Hog Rider is very strong. He's also very fast. I think realistically, he'd probably be the closest thing to being like a heavyweight champion or like a heavyweight boxer. Even still, though, Mike Tyson is going to be very strong. I don't know. I think just off of speed, right? The Hog Rider might make it to the final round. I'll be generous and say that just off of his speed and because of how strong his body is alone, he could probably make it to the final round. But I certainly do not think he's knocking out Mike Tyson. Mini Pekka's final round, because I don't think Mike Tyson's strong enough to break metal, but the Mini Pekka, because he's going to have boxing gloves on, he doesn't have a sword or anything. I mean, 1 punch might do a little bit of damage, but he also doesn't have any range, right? And if Mike Tyson keeps getting punched, he's like, oh, that hurts. He's just going to, like, run away. So it'd just be the final round. Giant is the first person knocking out Mike Tyson. Yes, Mike Tyson's very strong. He's very fast, but realistically, like the Giant is like 20 times larger than an actual person. If he literally just goes like this on Mike Tyson, just like once, like Mike Tyson would die. There's no way. Wizards getting knocked out. Skeleton Army. Now here's the thing. They're all very brittle, right? Stuff like that. Yeah, I mean they're just brittle. Like they don't have any meat on their bones. Their punches would literally be like that, right? At least with swords it makes sense because like they could stab a little bit. But like realistically, even though there's like 15 of them, like little punches are not gonna do much. I'd say final round. Maybe they can knock out Mike Tyson. Like maybe I really doubt it because they're so weak. Baby Dragon. Okay, Baby Dragon has some strength to him, right? I mean, look at his arms. But again, just like I don't know. I could just see if Mike Tyson gets a baby dragon in this like little dimple like right here, right? Or like right next to the eye, like I think baby dragon could just get like one shot. Witch is gonna get one shot. Prince, I think, could also make it to the final round. Because he seems very strong, he seems very fast, like the Hog Rider. But I do not think that he's able to knock out Mike Tyson by any means. Giant Skeleton's going next to the Giant. Yeah, again, just literally one punch. If you can successfully land it in time, probably kill Mike Tyson. Pekka's knocking him out. I mean, first off, she's basically indestructible. Mike Tyson is not breaking her armor, right? Maybe he could like pop her head off like a Rock'em Sock'em robot, but other than that, like the Pekka is so much force, so much power. And like, yeah, it would be over. Golem's knocking out Mike Tyson because even if the Golem like didn't deal any damage, Mike Tyson himself is not going to be able to do anything, right? Much like the Pekka, like it's solid rock. It's a gigantic boulder. Mike Tyson's not going to break through a gigantic boulder. Then again, just like literally two punches and Mike Tyson would get knocked out. Royal Giant, similarly to like the Giants, I mean, one punch is all it would take. Because keep in mind, you can't hit below the belt, right? So Mike Tyson would not be able to hit the knees of any of these cards, or else he'd be disqualified. Three Musketeers, I think Three Musketeers are getting knocked out. I mean, kind of like the Spear Goblins. There's three people, which is nice. They're probably a little bit strong, but Mike Tyson would kill them. Dark Prince, maybe similarly to regular Prince. I think he would have the speed to like dodge stuff, but not knocking him out. Princess is getting destroyed. Ice Rose is getting destroyed. Fire Spirit, I think Fire Spirit can't even participate because the second he would punch Mike Tyson, he would just explode. So I think he'd technically like knock himself out. Furnace is solid metal, but he seems like a bit scrawnier, right, than a Pekka. Probably similar like mini Pekka, right? I don't think Mike Tyson would be able to break the solid metal. Well, actually, his head seems a little bit. Actually, I take it back. His head seems a little bit like loose, if you know what I mean. Like the Pekka, like her pseudo armor is like possessed and all that stuff, right? The Furnace kind of just like I don't know. Maybe final round. I think the Furnace might actually get knocked out, but I'll say that the armor is strong. I'll say that the metal is very strong and Mike Tyson can't break through it. Guards are getting obliterated. Miners getting obliterated. Because the Miner's not that fast or strong. Lava Hound. Okay, now Lava Hound, I mean, realistically, the arms are so small, she's not going to be able to land any punches. And Mike Tyson could realistically just keep hitting her. I don't know what a Lava Hound is made out of. Yeah, I realistically don't know. If she bleeds out lava, that's fine. She can't spit out lava because that's cheating. But she bleeds out lava all over Mike Tyson. That's another story. I actually think she's made of rock, kind of like the Golem. So I'd say final round, but she's not knocking out Mike Tyson by any means. Ice Spirit's getting knocked out. Bowler's huge, very strong. He literally lifts up a boulder, so he definitely has like that resistance training. I think the Bowler can knock out Mike Tyson just off of strength alone. Probably got like a George Foreman type of hit to him, just 3 punches to Mike Tyson's jaw, and I think it can knock him out. Lumberjack is getting probably beaten. Well, Lumberjack's really fast, so he might be able to dodge, but I don't know how much longer he could possibly dodge for. I'll say final round, because similarly to Hog Rider and the two princes, he is pretty fast. Snow. Okay, now he is made of snow, but I think Mike Tyson's strong enough to destroy Snow. He has rocks to him, right? Don't get me wrong. He does have like the rocky like shoulders, but just ice alone, I think Mike Tyson is brutal enough. Because I looked up, he has his punches are around 1800 to 22 psi. So that's pretty good. That is enough to break bone. So if you're strong enough to break bone, I think like an ice block might be possible. So I'd say he's probably getting knocked out. Mega Minion's getting knocked out. Inferno Dragon. Inferno Dragon get knocked out like the baby dragon. Elite Barbarians are getting knocked out. Yes, they're strong. They're very fast. But they don't have any like punching experience. They don't have boxing experience. Sorry. Electro Wizards getting destroyed. Goblin Gang. Now there is 6 of them, right? There are 6. Well, like medium-sized strength goblins. Yeah, no, they're getting knocked out. Dark Goblin's getting knocked out. Battering Ram cannot participate. Sorry, Battering Ram can't throw a punch. Executioner's getting knocked out. Heal Spirit's getting knocked out. Bats are getting knocked out. Bandit's getting knocked out. Night Witch is getting knocked out. Mega Knight. Okay, well, Mega Knight, we have to remove the maces, right? So you'd just be using boxing gloves, right? And if you remove all the armor too, right? So when you remove all the armor, you remove everything. P.E.K.K.A, Mini P.E.K.K.A get a pass because they don't have armor. They are a suit of armor, by the way. So that realistically just leaves a knight with scrawny hands. So he's getting knocked out. Hunter's getting knocked out. Royal Ghost, I mean, technically, no. Royal Ghost would have to land a punch on Mike Tyson. And then the second he's getting phased back into being human, he's getting destroyed. Magic Archers getting destroyed. Rascals are getting obliterated. Oh my god, that'd be brutal. Royal Guards, Royal Recruits, sorry. Well, if you remove all the armor and stuff, they're probably just like your run-of-the-mill, like, average human, which I think the average human would get obliterated by Mike Tyson. Even if there's 7 of these average humans, they're... No. No, you have to understand, Mike Tyson was so strong and so fast. I'm not trying to glaze. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, Mike Tyson has knocked people out in like 3 seconds. Like, he literally, I remember there was this one clip. I was against this Italian guy, and he was laughing in his face. It's a very famous clip, and he's going like this, right, laughing. Mike Tyson's looking like, right? And literally in the first 3 seconds, he, like, blocks and then does, like, a jab, uppercut, like, jab, stomach punch, uppercut, and he gets knocked out in 3 seconds. And keep in mind, that guy was, like, a heavyweight champion. These Royal Recruits are, like, your run-of-the-mill human. Like, they're probably not super strong. They're getting knocked out. Hogs, okay, now Hogs can't technically throw a punch, right? They have stumps. I assume they could go like this, right? Put boxing gloves on their, like, feet, and they curl up and they go like this. Maybe. Even still, I think they might get destroyed. Goblin Giant, similar to all the other giants, you could punch down. Also, the 2 goblins on his back could, wreak havoc from above. Electro Dragon, right? The electricity, like, flows out of his body, right? They would have to give Mike Tyson... Well, actually, would the electricity flow through the boxing gloves, right? If they're made of, like, rubber or something like that? I don't know. Regardless, I think Mike Tyson would probably... Actually, because of the electric shock, Mike Tyson would be like, oh, what's this going on? It's like, I'm getting shocked, man. Probably final round, though. Electro Dragon is not winning that. Ram Rider is also fast, but I don't think she has the strength to withstand 1 punch. So, no. I mean, look at her forehead, right? It looks kind of like a cylinder, right? 1 punch, 1 hook across the temple, and it's over. Wall breakers. Well, it's 2 skeletons, right? So I think 3 skeletons would take Mike Tyson too long, but I think 2 skeletons would probably be enough time for Mike Tyson to pin them down, break the rib cage of the wall breakers, and then the bomber would get destroyed. But I think 3 skeletons is pushing a bit too much. I could be wrong, though. Um, Now, Goblin Cage, obviously the cage itself can't fight, right? And technically you say, oh, the goblins in the barrel, could fight or whatever. But I want to make an exception because the goblin in the goblin cage, right, similarly to Hogrider, are probably like the best thing closest to being a boxer in real life. I mean, the way he literally attacks is through punching. And he's super fast, super strong. I honestly think, I'm not even joking, he's so fast and so strong with his attacks and with his punches. I think he'd have a chance at knocking out Mike Tyson. Um, but again, we don't know how well he would be at taking a hit. So therefore, I don't know. But I'd say he could probably make it to like the final round. Um, Fisherman's getting obliterated. All right, up next we have Elixir Golem. So if you think about it, right? Whenever you would punch the elixir golem, you would kind of spill out some of its elixir, right? Just leaving a puddle. But before Mike Tyson notices he could just keep punching the elixir golem, I think this massive blob of liquid, right? This thick liquid would just knock him out in like 3 punches. So I realistically think the elixir golem would knock out Mike Tyson. Battle Hero is getting destroyed. Firecracker is getting destroyed. Skeleton Dragons, they're not. I don't think they knock out Mike Tyson. Um, but he would have trouble breaking bone, right? Because they're much beefier than a regular skeleton. Like, they are gigantic dragons, and Mike Tyson had to try really, really hard to shatter the skull of a gigantic skeleton dragon. So I don't think they'd knock him out. But yeah, final round. Electro Spirit, no. Electro Giant, I mean, he would shock Mike Tyson. Well, here's the thing. You remove their armor and stuff, right? So maybe the goggles or something like that. But I think the Electro Giant just has electricity built inside of him or something like that, like a superhero. So he not only would he shock Mike Tyson, but he's also a giant who could knock him out in literally like 1 punch. Mother Witch is getting destroyed. Golden Knight, I think Golden Knight, because of how fast he is with the dashing and his strength, I think he'd make it to the final round, but I don't think he's knocking out Mike Tyson. His ability is super fast, right? His ability is really fast. Makes him dodge, makes him dash. So maybe you get like 1 like nice punch, that'd be good. Other than that, final round. Archer Queen is getting knocked out. She's strong. But yeah. Skeleton King, again, he'd have to break through skeleton armor. He'd have to break through the skeleton bone again. But this time it's gigantic. I think he would actually get knocked out by Skeleton King. Because again, Skeleton King probably has some huge, like, attack, I guess, or strength. Sorry, strength, right? So one or 2 punches might be actually pretty lethal from a Skeleton King, but just breaking all the bone would be so difficult for Mike Tyson, even in his prime. Yeah, he's getting knocked out. Mighty Miner, he's super strong, but he's not the fastest. I think he's just gonna be a punching bag. He's getting knocked out. Phoenix is getting knocked out. The Monk, well, the Monk has some pretty good training, right? I think he would be able to deflect almost all of Mike Tyson's attacks, right? He spent thousands of years doing this, but I do not think he'd have the strength or speed to successfully land a punch on Mike Tyson. That being said, his defense is immaculate. Yeah, he'd make it to the final round. He spent thousands of years doing this. Unless actually, I mean, if I want to be realistic, right? If I want to be fair, the Monk has spent thousands of years or something like that doing this, right? I I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know how old the Monk is. Even if he was 1,000 years old, it'd be very difficult just off of the strength of Mike Tyson. Final round. Sorry for rambling. Little Prince is getting knocked out. Even if he called in his guard, the guard wouldn't have armor because that's cheating. And then the guard's getting knocked out, then Little Prince is getting knocked out. Goblin the Demolisher is pretty strong, pretty fast, but he's not knocking out Mike Tyson to be final round. Baby Goblin or Goblin Machine, but you have to remove the machine because it's only fair. If it's just the baby Goblin, he's getting obliterated. Goblin, well, I think Goblin Stein's monster could actually do a good amount of damage. But it is Mike Tyson we're talking about. And it's not like the Goblin Stein is like super massive, right? Realistically, I think it would just be like a 7'4", 7'8" person with a lot of strength, right? But I don't think I think he would still get destroyed by Mike Tyson. Maybe most of a stalemate. Rune Giant is a giant. She has a lot of strength. She's not as tall as the other giants. Maybe final round, Berserker's getting killed. Boss Bandit is getting killed. I think, yeah. Unless she keeps doing the dash, but is the dash are the abilities technically cheating, right? Because that's not boxing. That's just using your ability. Regardless, I still think she'll get knocked out. Because she doesn't seem to have the strongest physique, right? I mean, she deals a lot of damage, but I don't think she has the strongest physique. Go against Mike Tyson. Spirit Empress is getting obliterated. Spirit Empress with the dragon, I think could survive the final round. And then obviously all the tower troops just have no chance whatsoever. They all seem pretty scrawny. They're not the fastest. I think they get killed immediately. And then Evos and Heroes I'm excluding because I hate you, Supercell. But anyway, that is my definitive Mike Tyson tier list. If you guys agreed or disagreed with this video, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it would truly help me out a lot. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next video, and take care.